Hey, welcome back to Heart Key Creations. I'm Heather, and today I'm going to do the October Pour Challenge that I found over. I just joined the Creative Arts collaboration over on Facebook, and so Nikki James Birch posted the challenge. She came up with this challenge. It's a monochromatic pour that you can only use a fork and tilting to move the paint around. So these are the colors that I'm going to use of blue, the different shades of the blue that I'm going to use for mine. And I'm just going to pour right over top of this. So we're going to start with the very darkest blue. I'm going to pour here in the center. I'm using a Frederick's canvas board, the cheap kind. So I'm going to try not to overload this with paint too much because it will definitely warp. But I want to make sure I get a very good mixture of these colors going. And my recipe for my paints are my typical, this actually has the Floetrol in it. I'm still working off of that batch of the blues from that, and I've just kind of mixed in the white and a little bit of yellow and the one blue to get the very, very pretty greenish blue there that we have, the aqua blue. So yeah, so I've watched some of the other creators and saw what they did, and some of them did multiple puddle pours on their canvases. I've decided I don't want to do a multiple pour. I'm just going to do this one puddle pour here and see what I can get with that. So I'm just layering and layering here. I really don't want any more paint left in those little cups if I can manage it. I'm hoping for it to push it out to the edges as much as possible here too. I'm definitely not very level, apparently. So I'm just going to turn my board here a little bit and see if I can make it flow the other way instead of this way so I don't lose everything off of the board this way. All right, so now I'm going to tilt it around a little bit. I will be using the fork on it, so I'm not too worried about it going, too far over the edges or going over the edge at all, really, because I can use the fork to bring it out and over the edge if I need to. I'm definitely going to be taking some of this paint off because this board cannot handle this amount of paint. And I usually do one of these numbers to do that. Try and pour it as much as I can into into a container so that I don't waste very much, but that doesn't always work very well. And yeah, in the end I decided that I'm gonna get it all over the edges anyway. And I'll use the fork in a second. I'm just gonna scrape this into my cup here. Because if you've ever watched me do a pouring before on my channel, you know I don't like to waste my paint. So this will just make a different shade of blue. And I'll scrape these in here too. Now, like I said, I saw some of the other videos, they chose to do multiple puddles and pourings and continue to mess with it afterwards to make sure everything was covered. I'm choosing not to do that. And I just need to wipe off my hands here a little bit, because they're just wicked messy. Okay. Alright. So, now it's time for the fork. What shall I do? What shall I do here? I don't know. I'm just going to do a little bit of this. I do feel like that I lost the mid blue, one of the mid blues in here, but yeah, well, I guess not everything is going to be perfect. I do kind of like this forky effect though. But I am going to scrape off a little bit more blue there. A little bit more paint is coming off. And we're going to move it around again. Oh, I definitely like this in here. Let's see how much of that we can spread around the love. Ooh, I don't know what my ferrets are getting into. But whatever it is, I'm sure they're having fun, because, you know, ferrets. I think they're trying to get into my wine, actually. Don't worry, it's not open. I don't give the ferrets wine. My ferrets are fed well on the proper food that ferrets are meant to be fed on. Mice and rats and quail and chicken necks and wings and duck necks and stuff. But back to the spore. I am liking it a lot the way that it's coming out. So I think I'm actually going to leave it just like that. It's kind of giving me a yin-yang feel in here a little bit. Well, at least that design part of it. It's clearly not light and dark there. So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'll come back in a couple of days when it's all dry, and we'll show you the results. Hey, have you subscribed yet? I do 4 new videos a week, and I wouldn't want you to miss anything. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss a thing. I also offer coloring pages and traceables on my Patreon, and so much more. You can follow me on Instagram. Just look up Heart Key Creations. I'll see you next time.